I get high, high, high every day. I get high on your memories. Do y'all remember that song? Am I giving away my age right now? I actually haven't gotten high in 8 years, and I've been sober for 4 years. My dream for you all is to be able to get high off of life, to be able to make yourself happy and not reach for the alcohol bottle, to be able to stress relief and to anger manage without a blunt or a cigarette. That is my dream for you. I know at times I'm a bit delusional, but I have faith in you. You can do it. The first year is the hardest year. When you think about anything you've ever tried before, that first year, if you can get through it, it gets really good. Usually, right? Except for puppy love. Puppy love, that first year is like, oh, I don't want it to stop. But everything else is really hard the first year. I ain't gonna lie. It's difficult, but it's worth it. You're worth it. Some of you, that's the change you need. Oops, I know y'all don't want to hear it. But smoking and drinking is so bad for your mental health, your physical health. You're spiritually blocking yourself, your growth, your potential. Put the blunt down, put the alcohol down, and join me. So recently, I finished listening to the book by 50 Cent, aka Curtis Jackson, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. In the book, he talks about how he refrained from smoking weed and still does not, and how he also limited himself to drinking maybe one, if that, because he wanted to be control of himself, so he could be aware of his environment, so he could be the best 50 he could be, right? But also he talked about how a lot of rappers and entertainers, they need to smoke or do some type of drug before they lay their verse. And he talked about how that could really be blocking their growth, because people don't want to wait around for you to get high or smoke. They want to get their stuff and move on, right? So you could be missing opportunities. But on a more relatable level, if you need to smoke to get through work, if you have to drink to deal with your family, it's a deeper issue than productivity, because over time doing those things, it can really damage your body, right? And you deserve better than that. So in the beginning, when you're trying to quit a bad habit, please make sure to replace it with a good one. When I was trying to quit alcohol, it was a lot harder than smoking. Smoking was easy to give up because I was bigger on edibles. I never really been a big smoker, but drinking was nearly impossible for me. But I learned that we're creatures of habit, routine. I was so used to drinking wine at a certain time. Sometimes I catch myself getting a bottle, but I really didn't even want it. I was just so used to getting it. So I started drinking tea. You know how people have wine o'clock? All the moms be posting up, time for wine. I would have tea o'clock, and I would have like 10 different teas, Splendas. I would really treat myself because it helped me not drink wine. So when you're trying to put down a bad habit, please make sure you fill it in with a good one, because your mind needs time to reprogram and training. We're so used to doing the same thing every day. You have to fill that time in, or you're going to feel like you're missing out on something. Like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be drinking alcohol, so let me make this tea. So back to the 50 Cent book. In the book, he talks about how people used to try to peer pressure him to get like sloppy drunk, right? Because he refrained from drinking. He would only have a drink here and there. And he refrained completely from smoking weed. So everybody around him always wanted to be the one to get 50 Cent to smoke weed, right? But he would always say, no, I'm not doing it. When you're trying to quit smoking and drinking, it's going to be very hard if people are used to being your drinking buddy or smoking buddy. When I first started quitting alcohol, I quit it a lot of times in the beginning. And what messed me up a lot is because I was drinking with someone else. They were so used to bringing me a wine or whatever it was at the time. So I'm sorry to say this, but sometimes you might have to take a step back from people so you can get sober, so you can get smoke free, because they don't want to lose their friend. When you change, people feel like their friend is dying off, and in a sense you are, because technically you're changing on a molecular level, and a mental level, so they are kind of losing a piece of you.